Hi, I just finished watching this week's video and I thought that this one was really interesting. As far as the questions go, what do you think the relationship between fears and goals is? And for me, I feel like goals, um, they have the best of intentions and we mean well when we set goals or when I set goals, but unless I, work through them and actually put a plan together, that they just kind of stay those big, far off dreams, and they don't become reality. And I feel like fears are things that make me reevaluate where I'm at and what I want in the future. There are things that cause me to worry or lose sleep or just kind of wrestle with and kind of bully you into making a decision. And so for this one, I felt that the fear setting has been helpful. I've been able to work with the few things in life more recently where it's productive in that you're able to process the feelings, they're the big emotions that you're struggling with, and you're able to just really, okay, if this happens, what's going to be the consequence? What's going to be the final outcome? And then it helps you to maybe not be so held hostage by those fears, and choose to do what you can. And for the course, I felt like that was good. Like there's a time where I felt like I'm not going to get this. This is not working out. Should I just drop the class? And I kind of had to work through these things where, well, if I do that, okay, I'm going to lose time and money. And then I'm going to have to spend more time and money to get additional electives met, which will take more energy overall. Or like I get a poor grade on my papers, but I at least pass the class. Okay, well then my GPA is lower than I would have preferred, but hopefully I will have been able to accrue more credits that I needed for electives. So it helped me to just be able to have a more healthy perspective. And I recently used this personal life, I guess, for parenting. I guess my kids were little. We had a chart called the if-then chart, and it was, if you don't listen or you hurt a sibling or whatever it was, whatever the offense was listed, and then was listed the trait that we were trying to instill with scripture to go along as to why it was important for us to correct those choices they were making that were disobedient, and then what the consequence was. And I found this to be helpful because it was an easy way for them to have a healthy fear of the consequences, and also, consistency in knowing that mom and dad aren't going up and down based on how much sleep that they have or haven't had, or their emotional state or anything else. That this is what's going to happen, this is what's expected, and this is why. And it really helped us. It really helped me as a stay-at-home mom. And then, fast forward now, my son is 17. He's my oldest. And this past weekend, him and his buddies wanted to use the minivan because it can fit the most amount of kids in it, and drive to the gorge and do all-day hike by themselves. And we said yes. And this was the furthest he had to drive by himself. He was responsible for 6 other family with babies, essentially. And while we have the track my friends, track my family app, we really had to just say, okay, you're almost an adult. You have to make these choices. How are you going to respond? And if an emergency happens, do you have everything you need? And kind of helped him work through that too. And then, if you don't drive safe and you don't make good choices and you don't check in, then obviously those freedoms will get taken away. So it's been interesting, and I find fear to be helpful in that it pushes us out our comfort zone. And it also helps me just to continuously rely on God, because ultimately He has us. He's with us, and He'll protect us and our children. And so I have to just trust that while I have the fears, I can use those to fuel me, and to help me better myself and grow and mature, hopefully in areas, but that they don't need to have power over me. So good luck with writing your papers, and I hope that the second one comes along even easier. Take care.